barn has burned, I can see the moon. This Japanese proverb is my family's mantra whenever challenging circumstances arise. It reminds me to be positive and focus on moving forward towards new opportunities. Burned barns signal fire and tragedy, as our community can readily recall the destruction of Armstrong Woods and Sugarloaf State Park, yearly evacuations, and the Tubbs Fire. After all, our high school experience was filled with mind-boggling challenges beyond the normal high school experience. Not just the fires, of course, but flood, wind, pandemic, political hysteria, all accompanied by the four-walled solitude of quarantine. In other words, we had many fires to put out in our respective barns. But shift your perspective just a bit and find out what a farmer knows inherently. After a barn burns, there is always space on the plain for something new. Experiences that occasionally rocked the core of our high school careers became almost comical commentary as we attended football games, crowded the quad, studied anxiously for tests, and perhaps without even noticing it, finding little bits of normalcy amidst the chaos. Like the proverb, we were helping each other see the moon. Alexander Solzhenitsyn, a great Soviet philosopher, writer, and Nobel laureate, said that the only thing that truly belongs to you is that which cannot be taken away from you. So it quickly becomes clear that these so-called things cannot be tangible. Things must be forged so deeply within a person that it is impossible to extricate or steal. Our Annalee teachers and experiences have given us the very things that can never be taken away: our education and our character. You know, you get so lost in the routine of high school. Tests, parties, running from class to class, and then suddenly you look up and you have one day of school left, and high school is over. But now looking back, we can finally appreciate all the intangibles this school has given us. Now, I would love to introduce you to Karl-Heinz Stockhausen, an eccentric composer who spearheaded the avant-garde in the 20th century. His constant drive for discovery cursed him with controversy because, let's face it, society inherently avoids the unfamiliar, as does each of us. Many of us leaving home for the first time, we step into this world of uncertainty. Who do you want to be? Where will you go? What will this newfound adult freedom allow? What might it prohibit? Now, Stockhausen's scores are rather unusual. If I were just to describe a music score, most people imagine black and white notation on a staff. But Stockhausen wrote one of his scores using absolutely no musical notation. In fact, it is in prose form, as if inviting all of us, musical or not, to be a part of the composition and performance process. I will read you a little piece of it as follows. Play a sound with the certainty that you have an infinite amount of time and space. Have you ever done something with certainty? Expecting is unlimited, doubt is crippling. Play a sound with certainty. When I first read this, I deeply questioned myself. Have I ever done something with complete conviction? How do I become a thing that plays with certainty? And while the prose belongs to Stockhausen, the question is ours to answer. Are we ready to live a life of complete conviction? After all, what a tragedy it would be to play a life without certainty. The way I see it, Stockhausen's imperative becomes the metaphorical moon in the Japanese proverb, representing potential for future discovery and conviction and opportunity. Because in a world recovering from hardship, we, the Annalee graduating seniors have ensured that our characters are consistent towards a brilliant future. Because when we stop doubting ourselves, as Stockhausen shamelessly calls us out on, we can soar confidently into the world, trusting that what we have learned here at Annalee will guide our futures. So here we are, standing on a new plane, a plane that craves to be used and nurtured. But a plane is not a blank canvas. It is an imperfect field dotted with molehills, flower patches, and ashy traces of barns of the past. But if a red-sunned, flooded, smoggy high school experience has taught us anything, it is that the future belongs to those who have the power to see beyond tragedy towards opportunity. Let us become the moon, and then we will never have to worry about looking for it. Thank you, and to all of us, congratulations! It is now my honor to introduce the Annalee Chamber Singers, directed by Andy Del Monte, followed by Amatiel Ashley Heron with his speech, Beyond Words. Thank you.